Hi friends, now we will see the pushover analysis of reinforced concrete building frame. Now it is a nonlinear static pushover analysis. Let us see the procedure one by one. We have already completed the design of the building considering equivalent static and response spectrum analysis. The building design is already completed, and also we have seen one more video for linear time history analysis. Now we will proceed to nonlinear static analysis. Okay, so let me unlock the model. Now for the pushover analysis, we need to define the plastic hinges for the building frames, that means for beams and columns. Then afterwards we have to create the nonlinear load cases for gravity load. Then from the continuation of the gravity load, the static pushover analysis will be started. Okay, so now let me create the gravity load case. It is static analysis, that is why nonlinear is considered. Dead load and live load, since 3 kN per meter square is considered, 25% only is used, and P delta plus large displacement is considered, and this load application result saved everything is the default one. Full load only we will be applying to the structure, and the results from at the end of the final step. Okay, so that only will be used for the static pushover analysis. So we don't need to touch this part for the gravity nonlinear load case. So click OK, and after that push in X in nonlinear, continue from the state of end of the nonlinear case, that is gravity, P delta plus large displacement, and here it is earthquake in x-axis, add. Here it is the load application. It is not load based one, it is a displacement controlled analysis. Use monitor displacement. This is for the 4% of the total height only will be considered by the system by default, and the degree of freedom we are going to push the structure in x-axis. So the degree of freedom is U1. U1 is corresponding to x-axis, U2 is corresponding to y-axis, U3 is for z-axis. So at joint 6 is at the roof one. Okay, so any one joint at roof. Click OK. In final state, multiple states, 100 by 500. Click OK. Click OK. Now let me assign hinges. First let me assign plastic hinges to all the beams. Here frame hinges. So the plastic hinges will form at the fixed ends, at the ends of the fixed beam. So here all the joints are rigid joint. So at the relative distance with respect to the beam ends only we will have to use for the auto assigning of the hinges. So that is why the relative distance of any beam, that is at one end is 0 and other end is at the 1. So for auto hinge, add a hinge. Here it is as per AISI 41 2013 code. Our beam is concrete beam, and the degrees of freedom is M3. Okay, and here let us consider gravity load case. The shear will be considered from the gravity load case, from the nonlinear load case. Then click OK. Then at the other end, the relative distance is 1. Add hinge. Repeat the same procedure. Click OK. Apply. Then click OK. Now again for the columns, select the vertical members. Go to assign hinges. 0. Here it is concrete column, this P, M2, M3. Then gravity, it is flexure or shear. Then click OK. Similarly for 1, concrete column, click OK. Okay. Now hinges are assigned. Make to deformed shape, undeformed shape. Let's run the analysis. Yeah, now the analysis is completed. Now let us see the results. So go to display. In that we have show static pushover curve, and it is for push X. This is the pushover curve, that is displacement in x-axis and base shear in y-axis, base reaction versus displacement. Now to check its performance point, change it to ATC 40 capacity spectrum and go to modify show parameters. Here change its function, change it to 9.81. Plot 1034. Okay, for identification of the results, this one for checking the performance point of the building, just go to ATC capacity spectrum and go to modify parameters. Here the function we need to change is RS. You change it to RS. Previously it will be like this. So go to function, change your response spectrum function. This response spectrum function is inclusive of all the values. It is multiplied with this much coefficient. So but this scale factor is corresponding only with spectral acceleration into its zone factor only. Okay, but here the remaining coefficients we need to multiply I by r into g. This one we have to multiply with the 2 in order to get this scale factor. That is why the scale factor will become 2 into r by I into g. So our response reaction factor is 5, importance factor is 1, and g is acceleration due to gravity, that is 9.81. The value is coming around 98.1. It is for maximum considered earthquake or maximum credible earthquake. For design basis earthquake condition, how much will be the performance point? To identify that, this 2 we no need to multiply with the factor. So the scale factor will become 49.05 in case of design basis earthquake. Okay. So for maximum considered earthquake, I am going to substitute this formula, this factor, scale factor, update plot. So the value is coming around, performance point is the base shear of 1824 kilonewton and its corresponding displacement is 0.307 meter, that means 307 mm. Okay. So that means when this structure is subjected to earthquake of acceleration 0.36 g, since the acceleration zone factor is 5, the structure will experience inelastic base shear and deformation of 1824 kilonewton and 307 mm respectively. Okay. Now at this time, when the structure experiences this much displacement and base shear, what is the behavior of the structural members, the frame members, we will see. Okay, so let us remember this value 307 mm. Let us go to pushover display table. We need to identify its corresponding step. So our value is 307 mm. So we have to check the performance of the structure at 41st step. So click OK. Go here. Push X. 41 step. Click OK. Now we see these are the hinge formation at 41st step. So the structure is in the elastic state itself. Okay, it is in the verge of immediate occupancy, elastic state to immediate occupancy state, and but some of the members were experienced blue color hinges. That means it is in the range of immediate occupancy to life safety level. Okay, now at this step we need to check the value of the drift. So 308 mm, here it is 240 mm, 241 mm. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. It is 307, and another one 241, then 153. After that 88 mm, 30 mm, and ground level it is 0. Now let us check its drift. Minus this divided by 3500. So the drift value of the structure is around 0.25, maximum is 2.5 percentage. Okay, so it is 2.5 percentage. So this is how we have to identify, and its hinge value also we need to identify accordingly. That's all. Thank you.